Welcome back to Sheena's Homestead. If this is your first time, I'm Sheena. I'm so glad you're with me today. Today is a busy kind of reset day for us as we get started on our weekend plans. Weekends for us are far more busy than weekdays. We're a homeschool family, so we do all of our work at home, and the weekdays seem to be a lot less busy in terms of rush, and leaving our house. Weekends are definitely the rush. Angelina has a big tournament this weekend for volleyball, so she'll have 3 games tomorrow. She also refs, and then we wait for our schedule for Sunday because she plays club volleyball. So we're really excited to go watch her play, and I'm gonna make my famous chocolate chip cookies for her team. And remember, I told you, whenever you are baking, especially cookies, never make one recipe, make double the servings, because if you're already got all the stuff out, if you're already dirtying your kitchen and using up utensils and things, just do double the work, and you can put it in your freezer, forget about it, and bring it out another day. For us, I'm going to make half the cookies for her team tomorrow, and the other half I'm putting in the freezer for our big Valentine's Day party, which is going to be a lot of fun. But this is the way that I'm able to throw big events. A lot of times my friends and family will say, I don't know how you do it. You have 4 kids. How are you able to just whip up this party? And the truth is that I prepare over time. So I've already got all my decorations for our party. I'm already starting on all the little details that make it just next level, which if you've been watching my show, you know that I love next level. I'm always trying to top myself. I'm always trying to do one step better the next time and be more efficient about it as well. So on the lines of efficiency, like I said, make 2 servings of your recipes. And if it's a dinner recipe, then throw the other one in the freezer and start building your freezer stockpile. It is so awesome to be able to just go grab a home-cooked meal that you made yourself out of the freezer on a night that you are busy in your creatives, or you're out doing something with friends or family, and you still want to come home to a good home-cooked meal. You've got all of that in your freezer. So start working on that, friends, okay? This recipe, my chocolate chip cookie recipe, is already filed in another episode. I'll actually link that down below for you if you want the ingredients. For today, you'll just watch me get started and move along, and then I have some gardening things I want to talk to you about, because I am so excited to start my garden this year. Actually, I was already forwarding Rob messages this morning of things that I came across on Pinterest that I want to try. So he's my carpenter and I'm the dreamer. And I'm lucky because we make a really good team. So yes, I'll share some of that with you, and let's get started. So I actually just took this butter out of the freezer, and a little tip trick that I have for you is, if your butter has just come out of the freezer, a good way to warm it up to room temperature quickly is to just let it rest in a bowl of warm water. And it very quickly gets right to the state you need it to be. So 2 of these are completely ready. The other one needs just a couple minutes back in the water. These 2 are on this side, so they didn't get as much of the warmth as the others did. So let's give them a little warm bath. You don't want your water to be too hot, because obviously you'll melt your butter. But we're going to leave that for just a second and start getting our sugars poured in. This is such a great recipe. And like I said, it freezes so well. Actually, my last party that I had, the epic Christmas party, all my friends wanted this recipe. and I gladly obliged, because the more you share, the more love there is to go around. Smelling good already. The second you add in that vanilla, my goodness, just gets all the senses going. So now we're gonna add our flour. Actually, we're gonna add our dry ingredients because I've already mixed in our salt and baking soda. I'm gonna just do this in small portions until we get it whipped up. Okay, now we're ready for some chocolate chips, and if you followed my last recipe, you know that I just put some in to kind of get it mixed up, but then I always add the majority of them to the top of the cookie once we've already placed it on the cookie sheet. The best part! Okay, so we're just gonna make sure everything, even at the bottom, is all mixed in before I take this off. All right. Okay, we are ready. Don't forget the rest of our chocolate chips. I'm actually gonna put some white chocolate chips, even though we don't love white chocolate in our family. I'm gonna put a couple on the top of each cookie so that at the very end, when they come out, I can put a couple little hearts on the top of the white chocolate. I think it'll be fun. All right. Just wash some of that butter off my hands. All right, my cookie soup. I'm gonna get some of this off the blade here. Not the blade, I guess the paddle. Whatever it's called. So anyway, I don't know what the weather is like by you where you live, but here in the Midwest, in the United States, it has been abnormally warm. And It's funny, my husband and I are kind of opposites when it comes to that stuff. I don't love it. Like when it's winter, I want it to be winter. And I guess part of it is because, where's my, I guess part of it is because, well, lots of reasons. I feel like if it's warm right now in January that we're gonna pay for that later. And I'm a spring baby. My birthday's in the springtime, and so is Liliana's. And I really want it to be nice when my birthday comes around. In the last couple of years, it's been like snowing on my birthday. The other reason is that, as you know, I'm a children's fine art portrait photographer, and I photograph kids playing in the snow with vintage props and everything. Actually, I'll add a couple pictures for you in this video to look at. But yeah, I have a client list of people waiting for snow so that we can create some beautiful pictures. And we've not had any since like October or November, which is weird. We don't usually get snow at that time of the year. So yeah, I mean, this is the time I should be taking those pictures, and Rob thinks it's amazing. He thinks, great, less snow to shovel, less to drive in and all that, but I don't know. I'm home with the kids, so selfishly, I wish we had a great big giant snow playground out there, and we don't. So I don't know. They did say we should get a little bit next week, but they've been saying that off and on, and it's yet to happen. So we'll see. But let me know what the weather's like by you, and if it's been kind of odd too. Okay, so I just did this whole tray. I'm just gonna place some regular chocolate chips and then also some white chocolate chips in there. But anyway, this warm weather does get me excited for gardening. And I've been thinking about all the things I want to do. Actually, sometimes I get really overwhelmed because my creative mind just kind of goes crazy. And there's so much I want to do. We do have the beekeeping boxes. We've not tried yet. They were actually gifted to us from my uncle. He used to keep bees, and they moved to South Carolina. So I don't know, that's on my list, but I'm not sure that we're gonna get to that this year, because when I do that, I want it to be, I mean, they're living things, so I want to take care of them and know exactly what I'm doing, and I don't feel like I'm ready yet. I don't know, we'll see. Maybe it's something I can put on my YouTube watch list and get rolling on, but we're also putting in a couple more garden boxes. Rob's gonna build me 2 more, at least. We'll see. Maybe he'll buy, I mean, maybe he'll build me even more than that. I don't know. So, waiting on that. I also want to do a trellis from one garden box to the next so that I can grow vertically as well. We tried that a little bit last year, and it worked out great to keep all of those tomato plants off the ground. We got so much higher of a yield because bugs didn't get to them, and they didn't get damaged by mud or, you know, anything, pests on the ground. We did have some bunnies in our garden last year, which I'm sorry, but I will always welcome bunnies. I guess there might be a point in time where I say I don't, but I don't know. Bunnies are fun. And we have a bunny. I don't know if you know that. We gifted my second eldest daughter, Alessandra, a bunny for her golden birthday this year, and that was so much fun. I love her bunny. Love her bunny so much. It's a Holland Lop. And let's see, it's called a Vienna. The Vienna gene, which means it has blue eyes, and it's like a tricolor. She is the cutest, sweetest thing. She's so peaceful. She doesn't bark. She doesn't yip. She doesn't ask for anything. She's just stinking adorable. And I wish I had had a bunny when I was her age, because I think that would have been the perfect pet for me. But I am glad that we have one now, because she's a lot of fun and Alessandra loves her so much. It's actually really cute. Every time she leaves her room, she doesn't know that I know this, but I've seen her do it. Every time she leaves her room to close the door, she says to her bunny, "I'll be right back, okay?" And of course Bunny just looks at her. But so cute and so sweet. I love her. I love Sammy too. We have a Yorkie, as you've seen in some of my videos. We actually inherited her. So she is, I think she's 12 years old, and Angelina's 13, so they're almost the same age. It's really cute. Really, really cute. But yes, we love our pets around here, and Rob has always kept saltwater fish. He's really good at taking care of them. That can be a hard process. He says it's easy, but if you've ever had saltwater fish, you know it's not easy. He checks the levels of all this stuff. Actually, it's kind of a lot like gardening. You have to have the right ingredients and levels in order to have life survive in there. So that's pretty fun, and the kids enjoy watching the tank because he's got coral and like all the things grow in there. It's just really awesome. Adding white chocolate chips now. And then of course we have chickens. We have chickens outside. The chickens are fun, and most definitely our pets. Like the kids have named them and stuff like that. I will say that the kids love the ducks the most. They have so much personality. Their names are, I'll try to remember all of them, but we have like Ferdinand, Sunshine, Daphne. I didn't think of the other ones. They're so cute. We do plan on getting ducklings again this year, and I think that we're going to incubate some of our chickens as well, chicken eggs. So we'll have baby chicks, and a couple of my friends actually want me to incubate chicks for them too. So more babies everywhere. And if you know me, you know I love babies, all kinds, but especially human babies. But anyway, so that's kind of our livestock hopes and dreams. I have thought about getting goats. Rob does not love that idea. He's the one who goes out in the morning and kind of takes care of the animals and stuff for me, which is really nice because I'm busy with the kids and their homeschool. But I don't know, I feel like goats would be a really fun addition. If you have goats, let me know what you think, and if you think it's just like way next level of work, or if you think it's doable. And so yeah, that's kind of it for our livestock. So we're talking about bees, chickens, ducks. Oh, Rob wanted to get a goose, but I really don't want to get a goose. I hear they can be really mean, and they're so big. I mean, if we have 2 acres and we're near a city, so we're lucky that we have 2 acres. I mean, no one around here has that much land. So we're very grateful and thankful. So for where we live, that is a lot of land, but for a farm, it's not a lot of land. I wish that we could move somewhere with like 10 to 15 acres. That That would really be my dream. But we'll see. Write it on your heart, right? Hey, and I'm wearing a heart shirt. See, maybe that means something. We'll see. So here's my cookies. You can see I have put lots of chocolate chips on the top and some white chocolate chips as well. And I have these too. So these are going to go into the oven, and then I am going to ball up the rest of the dough, put them on a tray, and get them frozen to put in the freezer for our party or for another time or whatever. I didn't realize my shelves were so low in here. So I'm gonna put this one on the top. There we go. So I'll start with 11 minutes and then I'll check on them from there. But okay, so back to gardening. I'll get back to this in a second. Baker Creek sent their magazine and I am so excited. They photograph their stuff so beautifully. Makes me so excited for spring. If you aren't already, go to the Baker Creek website and sign up for this catalog. It's not everything that they sell. You can pay for the like the all-inclusive magazine. This is not that. This one is just like the highlights and kind of some new things that they have. I was just looking at this on the back. Look at those chips that they made from those potatoes. That looks so good. Plant a rainbow of easy to grow sweet potatoes. I think I will. But, okay, so new idea. We have been saving our toilet paper rolls and paper towel rolls in this house because I saw a hack on Pinterest where you cut them in half like this. And I don't know if you can see this. You fill this with dirt and then you plant one seed, obviously, per little roll here. And the awesome part about this is that it keeps it all together for your growing process, but then when you're ready to plant, you can put this whole thing and not disturb the roots. Put the whole thing into the ground, and this breaks down like really easy, probably before the end of the season. And just goes right into the soil. So I thought that was a really cool idea. I did have problems last year. I bought the little plastic cells that you plant individually, and they had like a little tray underneath for the water. And I felt like the roots started to grow through the little hole in the bottom, and when I ended up pulling them out, I don't know. I just didn't feel like it was the best process, and I'm sure there were other things that I kind of messed up on. Maybe I started some too early or whatever it was, but I didn't love that process, so I'm willing to try new things this year. And one of the things I'm super duper excited about is this Cocoa Block Pith Premium. It's coconut mud potted mix, and it is completely organic. The stuff is awesome. I saw an ad, I think on Pinterest, with that, and I went straight to Amazon and bought it because so you take one of these bricks, you put it on a cookie sheet or something like that, and then you pour water on top of it, and it like quadruples itself. And then you take that dirt and you can plant it. But I mean, I haven't tried it yet, but if this all works out well, I mean, this eliminates Rob having to get giant bags of dirt and put them outside, and I have to like go outside, you know, a cup at a time and, you know, like work on my stuff. I don't know. That process just doesn't seem to work that great for me. And last year we got organic potting soil, but it had tons of little like wood chips in it. And the wood chips, I felt like really disturbed my seeds. And in some cases, some of them didn't come up at all. And in other cases, I don't know, it just, they seemed to get in the way. So I didn't love that. And that was just the organic potting soil from, I think it was Menards. but obviously those are like giant bags and I can't carry one on my own, so I always have to wait for him and whatever. I love things that I don't have to wait for other people because I'm extremely independent, and when I feel like the creative itch or I want to make something or build something, I don't want anyone to stop me and I don't want to have to ask for help because that slows down the process, of course. So if these little brick things work, I'm gonna be so excited. So we will explore that together, and together we'll figure out if that's really something that's gonna work for us or not. I don't know, the only thing I'm skeptical about is that it just looks like really brown and red. It doesn't look like potting soil at this point in time, but I'm thinking that's just because it's super dry, and once we add the water, it'll kind of like, obviously, come back to life. But anyway, so I'm really excited about that, and some of my good friends are starting gardens too, and so I'm helping them get that process going, and I hope to help you, and I hope to be inspiring to you. Everybody should grow a little something, no matter what. I do not have a green thumb. I have a green thumb when it comes to growing babies. I'm really good at raising kids. I'm really good at working with their character and helping them to grow. And really that's a lot like a flower garden. You know, you gotta pick those weeds and help them to be nourished and to see what their gifts are. So I'm really good at that. When it comes to plants, I've always just struggled a little bit, I guess. Maybe I'm intimidated or whatever. But this is my third year with a garden, and each year I'm less intimidated. So this year I'm super excited, and I have lots of ideas, like I said. So hopefully together we can grow something, and I hope that you start something yourself, even if it's just like a little herb garden in your window, or you know, a little flower garden outside on your patio, whatever it is. And container growing. I mean, you can absolutely grow tomatoes and carrots and all those kinds of things right in a container. So anyway, I hope you feel inspired to do that too. But first things first, sign up for these catalogs. These seeds are great. They're non-GMO, and they come from like a long line of really well-bred seeds from farmers and just generations prior. So I like that too, because you know me, I love vintage. So anyway, let's get back to making our cookies. For this, I'm just going to use an older cookie sheet, and remember, I don't need to, let me add some more chocolate chips here. I don't need to evenly space them apart because we're not cooking them, we're just freezing them. And I'll probably put the whole cookie tray outside on my patio here just to get started in the freezing process so that they don't stick together, and then I'll put them all in a Ziploc bag and into the freezer. Okay, so now I'm gonna take these little heart-shaped sprinkles and I'm just gonna put them on the white chocolate chips. All right, well, here we are. Finished product. I love them and they're so cute. So I've got a couple more back here we're gonna add to the plate, and I'm sure a couple will get eaten before tomorrow's games. But Angelina's gonna be so excited to be able to hand these out at her tournament tomorrow. I think it'll be really fun and a nice little treat for the girls. They work so hard. But also, thank you so much for coming along with me today. I had a great time chatting with you. I hope that you're starting to think about your spring and summer garden, and that you've got all of your ideas jotted down and ready to go, because I'm ready. And if you have any ideas for me, go ahead and leave them in the comments. I would love to hear what you want to see, or if there's anything in particular that you want to learn how to do, let me know. I do have great big plans for canning and jarring this year. I want to teach you guys all about that. I started and kind of dabbled in a little bit last year, but this next year is going to be huge for me. Let me tell you what my goal is. Don't tell anybody. My goal is to can and jar enough for us to last a year. Now, I know that's a pretty big goal, and we are a big family on top of that, but that's my goal. And I'm really trying to convince Rob that we need a freeze dryer. I know that's a really big investment, but I've been doing so much research lately. I have a couple books on how to use them, how to prepare for them. I've joined a Facebook group. People who already have them, use them, love them. And I'm learning all the things that I can and kind of collecting the pros and the cons. And I want to ask for that for my birthday. I don't normally ask for presents. We just get what we need when we need it, if it fits our family's budget. But this is something I think I'm gonna pull out the big guns and see if maybe he'll buy me one. So yeah, I think that would be a really, really awesome gift, and I have big plans with that too, because the possibilities are endless from what I've seen. So anyway, let me know if you have one, if you love them, and what your tips and tricks are for me. But until next time, I hope you have a wonderful weekend. I hope you enjoy some time doing things that you love to do, and I will see you next time here on Sheena's Homestead. Bye, friends. Mwah!